Hello and welcome back to Yota's Kitchen. Today I am getting ready for Thanksgiving and I'm going to do a few of the dishes that I have scheduled to make tonight, the day before Thanksgiving, because tomorrow, although the turkey's really going to be cooking itself, I want to make sure that I have a few things in place. Now, the items that I'm going to work on right here, you don't have to make it the day before. This is only if you would want to make it the day before, because this is so simple that you don't even have to do it ahead of time. So I am making some stuffing, but not just box stuffing. I'm going to enhance the flavor by adding a little more fresh ingredients in there, a little more toasted bread for the stuffing, and a few more herbs just to lift it up a little bit and have extra. So if you're ever at home and you have one box of stuffing and you're like, oh my goodness, this isn't going to be enough to feed everybody, I'll show you how to do it. So follow me and let's get started. So here's the bread. I had toasted it in the oven, and that gives you a firmer, staler bread because it dries it out completely versus sticking it in the toaster. What you would find is that this would be limp but not necessarily totally dry. Now you can take off the edging of the bread or you can leave it. I choose to leave it, and all I'm going to do is just cut it. Now you can make regular stuffing like this, or you can incorporate it with the box like I'm going to be doing, just to just to make it a little bit of a bigger serving, for instance, because one box might not be enough for everyone. And if I was to make regular stuffing, I would do exactly what I'm doing right now, with the exception that I would not be mixing a box stuffing with it. But since I have the box stuffing, why let it go to waste? I'll use it. It's not going to be totally 100% the way I would do it, but you know what? Food is food. Let's not waste it. Okay, so I'm just waiting for my onions and celery to finish sauteing. Okay, so I'm sauteing the onions with the celery, and it was about 3 tablespoons of butter. And I just I want them to be translucent but not burnt. And it's looking pretty good right now. I have a box of stuffing at home. You can follow the directions and do the stuffing as it says, or you can kick it up a notch. Let's say somebody used to say that, I don't remember who, but somebody in the cooking channel, Food Network or something like that. So here I have that, and I am going to put in 1 chicken bouillon cube. Now, I don't have any chicken broth. I thought I did. So, since I don't have any, this will work. This is just to add a little more flavor. And I want to have the heat kind of melt it a little bit. Break it down. There. Incorporate it. I also have some sage, and I'm going to put a little bit of sage in, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. That wasn't even, that looked like 1/8. And I'm also going to incorporate a little bit Savoy, and I'm going to put about the same amount. And Savoy gives it nice flavor. And that's about the same amount, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. It's starting to stick, as you can tell. So this is where I'm going to add just a little bit of water. That was maybe 1/4 of a cup. Not a lot. Because you can always add water, but you can't take away. And the recipe on the box calls for 1.5 cups of water. But since I'm dressing this up, so this smells incredible. And I want to add salt and pepper, but I don't want to add salt and pepper because I don't know how much salt the package has. So once I incorporate all of it, then I can taste it and determine if I need to add a little more salt or if it's good enough. So I am going to add another cup of water at this time. There you go. I'm going to let it come up to a little simmer. Add a little cracked pepper. I'm just going to let it cook a little bit. This is store-bought packaged stuffing. Put it in. If you can tell from the bread that I cut up just a few seconds ago, and this looks a lot smaller in size if you look at the breadcrumbs, but that doesn't really matter. I can tell just by looking at it that it does need a little more water. So I'm going to add 1/2 cup. So total I have 1 3/4 cups of water. I'm going to incorporate it very nicely. And then I'm just going to put it to the side. I'm going to let it cool a little bit, and then I'm going to add the breadcrumbs that I cut up. It has cooled down for a few minutes, although it's still steaming. I don't want it completely cool because then the bread is going to have a hard time incorporating. You can add these breadcrumbs in if you want, or you can just toss them. I'm going to toss them. And I guess my burner's still hot. So just keep working on it and incorporate it, and then once you're done, you can stick it in the oven. It smells so good. It smells so incredible. I cannot wait to taste it. We took the stuffing out of the pan, and we have it in this casserole dish. And I'm going to put it in the oven for probably 30 minutes. It smells wonderful. It tastes wonderful once I pull it out of the oven. Hi, and welcome back to Yucca's Kitchen. My stuffing is done. I just pulled it out of the oven and I wanted to show you. So here it is. Here's the stuffing. It looks almost perfect. You see the crustiness of the bread that I added, the toasted bread, but then you also feel it gives in a little bit, so it's nice and moist, but it has that crunch on the outside, and it will be perfect. I'm gonna just pull out a little bit just so you can see it. Look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? So here it is. Bon appetit. Let's see how it tastes. Although that's a lot on the fork, let's cut it down a little bit. Perfect. I could eat more, but I think I'll just put it to the side for my guests. Talking with my mouth full. Not very polite. Thank you for watching Yota's Kitchen. I'll see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving. And although this will be outdated the day after Thanksgiving, it doesn't matter, because we should be thankful every single day, whether it's the third Thursday of November or not. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.